Good morning. I hope everybody is well or well enough. We're just giving a last minute for folks to arrive. And so, as you begin to gather yourselves in your morning mindfulness space, I invite you to make sure you have a real comfy throne. Right? Find yourself a comfy chair. And you don't have to see me, so get comfortable anywhere. My prayer is that it will be enough for you just to hear me, so you can be wherever it is you need to be to claim supreme comfort. Okay, beloveds, it's 9:30, and I'm watching the numbers rise. We're almost all here. So let's begin to gather ourselves into this moment together. And so, welcome to the Georgia Museum of Art and Morning Mindfulness. And the museum is open Thursday through Sunday now. And you can go to their website for details on how to visit. And it's bedazzling in here. And it's quiet and it's safe. And I encourage you to consider it as a field trip, a potentially very safe, inspiring field trip. And so my name is Meghan Burke, and I'm the founding director of the Healing Arts Center and Sangha Yoga Studio and Remedy Herb Shop. And behind this mask, I'm smiling. That's the only thing about masks. We can't see each other smile, and we don't have tails that we can wag. So it's really hard to see joy, but know that I am incredibly joyful at this opportunity to be here with you this morning. And there is a lot drawing us outside of ourselves right now, potentially. And so let's be the counter posture to all of that and turn inward. So I invite you to get comfortable in a seat. If you have a seat with a back on it that you're in, go ahead and sit all the way back. Whether it's your chair at your desk or a couch, or even if you're in your bed, fantastic. Just sit back against your headboard and allow yourself to be supported by that which is beneath you and that which is behind you, and just receive support. And let's begin to become the proprietor of our senses. So I invite you to take off glasses if you have them. Honestly, there's nothing to see outside of you. It's all an inside job. So close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just allow the lids an organic heaviness. Allow the lids of the eyes just to close themselves, yielding gracefully to gravity. And draw the inner shade of the eyelids down as you cast your gaze down through the inside strike of your cheekbones, keeping your inner gaze very close to the center of your being as we cast it downward, gazing downward in the direction of the place from which we breathe and love. And settling into the heart space. Become the proprietor of your ears and draw your ears inward for a deep inner listening. Allowing whatever sounds may be happening around you absolute permission to just carry on without your attention. We draw the ears inward and allow ourselves an awareness, a presence of the movement of our breath and the sound of its movement. Requires very subtle, deep listening. And seeing if we can hear the movement of breath deep within our being, life choosing us with each spontaneous inhalation and exhalation. And just noticing what's so about the breath. Noticing if there's any choppiness on the breath, perhaps mirroring anxiety that's floating around in ethers these days. And it's okay. We're just noticing our humanness and giving ourselves absolute permission to be human with all that accompanies this being human. And notice as we bring our awareness to the breath, if you organically just want to take a deep breath, let that happen. Just trust the wisdom of your breath and stay curious about it. And then maybe lending your ears to an even more subtle experience, and that is the beating of the heart. So just tapping into the possibility of feeling, hearing, experiencing the heartbeat. Allow your imagination to fill the gap. And then giving in to these life-sustaining rhythms. Just feel the body being breathed and the heart beating itself, pumping blood, and feeling our aliveness in these very subtle rhythms. And using this to allow everything to settle and seek the lowest level as we arrive at our own front door. Owning our eyes, owning our ears, owning the breath and the beating of the heart. And perhaps seeking a little shelter here, a place of refuge, retreating inward and delighting in the company that you keep deep within yourself. And then bringing your awareness to the tongue and allowing it to be absolutely slack and soft in the floor of the mouth. Owning the eyes, owning the ears, owning the mouth, the tongue, the jaw. Just softening, surrendering, and allowing ourselves to find an inner stillness and silence for a moment. And then noticing how that feels. How does it feel to be you in this place of stillness and silence. Oftentimes, when we begin this checking in, our body reveals to us the experience, the ramifications of spending so much time in front of a computer these days, or perhaps at a television screen, or just feeling the experience of whatever stressors may be showing up in life. And oftentimes that's in the shoulders, it's in the neck. So if you notice that, just allow your shoulders to melt. It's like, oh, there's my humanness trapped in the shoulders. And smile in the direction of your shoulders and let them know it's okay to let go. Soften the collarbones. And then to move a little bit deeper in that direction of letting go of neck and shoulders, we bow the head and allow the chin to draw in at the notch of the throat. And then the shoulder blades gently anchor to the spine, and see if you can allow the shoulders to continue resting at the back of your chair or whatever surface is behind you, if there is one. So the shoulders are back and down as the chin draws into the notch of the throat. And we start to get into the back of the neck, staying soft in the jaw and the tongue and the eyes. And then remembering Mr. Potato Head, right? And imagine that you could just put some nostrils there on the back of your neck. And begin to breathe into that tissue from the base of your skull to the base of your neck. And just smooth out the back of your neck with your breath. Your breath having the effect similar to that of petting a cat, right? Just caressing that tissue with your breath. And letting go of the grip that the neck has on the base of the skull. Feeling the stability of the thoracic spine as we just let go of cervical. And then allow your chin to slowly move side to side as if you had a windshield wiper extended from your chin downward, and you were just clearing the view from the windshield of your heart. Stay soft and supple and allow this to gently go wider, little by little, as you're able to explore the edges and find some interesting places that might be in need of letting go. And then steady at center. And take a clearing breath, as if you could inhale into any mischief in the back of your neck. And exhale, let it go. Clear it out. Maybe your head hangs a little bit lower. And your heart floats a little bit higher. And on your next inhalation, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. And once again, shoulders back and down. There's a tendency to slump forward. Keep those shoulders back at the back of your chair. Or imagine you have that support beneath you that keeps your head in line with the rest of your spine. And head just hangs off to the side. And then you feel around a little bit the orientation of your nose. Are your ears stacked? And is your ear above your shoulder and the ear above it to the sky? And you just drop those shoulders back and down and start to open up the lateral neck, feeling your way from your left ear to your left shoulder. Breathe into that tissue. Move your Mr. Potato Head nostrils to the side of the neck now and breathe from that place and smooth it out. Just find a quality to your breath that translates into the quality of the tissue in your lateral neck. And then keep this orientation as you begin to take a sideways yes. Just gently nodding your head yes, using the movement just to get curious about where you might be needed. Where's the mischief in this side of the neck? How can I get in and caress and be there as my own best friend? Just releasing life that's gotten hemmed up in the neck. And just nodding a last few times, clearing any trapped energy. Explore your range, get curious. And then chin to chest, face cast downward, pause for a clearing breath. Inhale, gather. Exhale, escort it out. Whatever's ready to go. And maybe now we start to feel relaxation dawning within the neck and shoulders. We're on to something, good people. Let's roll over to second side. And as we roll the ear to the shoulder, we take a moment to lean back, let the head hang off the vine of the neck, just like a gourd on the vine. Use a few breaths to release any gripping. And then putting nostrils there on the lateral neck. Start to breathe into that tissue. See if the breath can originate in this area that we're smoothing out. Lean into your exhalations to let go of that head a little bit more. Just let it hang off to the side. And then gently sideways, yes. As if you're dusting the floor with your bottom ear and the ceiling with your top ear. Stay within your range of comfort. And find the quality of your breath as it syncs itself up with the movement organically so. Shoulder blades gently anchored to the spine for stability as we explore the mobility in the cervical. Last little bit. Find something juicy. And then chin to chest, face cast downward, pause at center, clear it out. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Let it go. Let go of the past. And then once again, shoulders down, heart high. Just begin to trace an infinity symbol on your chest with your nose. Just tracing infinity. Shoulders are steady, only the head moving as you start to take infinity out to the floor in front of you. And then in the direction of the wall in front of you. And just let this be a nice, fluid, sideways figure 8 as it opens up across the horizon. Just let it flow east to west. Allow it its freedom. So the fluidity of this movement in our neck, perhaps mirroring the fluidity of all of life. And then continue with your figure 8 on up the wall towards the ceiling. And infinity dance in the sky for a moment as you find the end of your range of comfort, staying within your range of comfort. And then pause with your nose in the sky. Take your hands onto your breastplate, press in and pull down, and then begin to arc a rainbow up above you. And allow this rainbow to be as big as your neck naturally allows it to be. Just up and over, side to side. And feel this from your jawline to your collarbones. Just opening up the throat cuff the thyroid, the thymus. And then steady at center, a last little pull down on the sternum, a lift up with the bottom jaw. And then slowly release your chin parallel to the floor. And then let's activate the thymus with a little bit of thymus thump, gentle nonviolent fist, and we tap at the breastplate. And we're just summoning our T cells, heightening homeland security, getting our immune system awake, alert, right? And then after a little bit of thymus thump, let's tap the kidney points for some energy. So gentle little fingertips, tap, tap, tap. Right there, there's a little valley beyond the collarbones, like between the collarbones and the shoulders. Just a little bit of tapping there. And it might organically just feel good. And then I like to tap throughout the chest. Allow the intelligence of your body to guide your fingers. And then a last little bit of thymus thumping. All right. And steady that thump. Take a clearing breath. We're alive. On an inhalation, circle up, 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 up. On the exhalation, interlace your fingers in your thumbs. Interlace your fingers and let your index fingers and your thumbs be side by side. So you've got something like this, fingers interlaced, index and thumb pointing skyward, shoulders down deep in the girdle. And now for those of you who remember I Dream a Genie, just start to wiggle out of the bottle, right? Just like climb out of your skin suit. You're like climbing out of your cocoon, moving beyond the limitations of your human form. That's it. I've had it. I'm going to shed my skin. All right. And then when you've gotten as long in the waist as you can, drop your shoulders. Inhale, lift your rib basket. And then just allow your head to rest in your left bicep as you hinge over to the left. Modify as you need to. Modifications are for heroes. Head resting in the bicep because we've done a lot of letting go of the neck. So we don't want to engage the neck muscles any more than we have to. Post off of your chair, inhale center, exhale second side, head resting in the bicep, just opening the ear of the heart, right? Lifting, lengthening, shoulders down, heart up, and then on an inhalation, coming to center. Exhale, fingers interlace, and they rest at the base of your skull, thumbs facing downward to support your skull. And shoulders down. Inhale, lift the rib basket up, 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 up. And once again, just hinge over to one side, going a little bit deeper in the lateral stretch. Breathe with the side lung. Open that ear of the heart. And then post off of your chair to inhale center. Exhale second side. So stability in your seat. As we get into thoracic spine. A last breath or two here for the lateral body, and you post off your chair to inhale center. Exhale, bring your fingertips onto your shoulders. Shoulders down, down, down. Pull the front body towards the back body, so we're kind of even front to back. We're not preferring one way or the other. And then shoulders down, heart up, inhale. Exhale, just take a little twist to the left with 2 breaths. Inhale, center, to the right, 2 breaths. And continue like that. Inhale, center, 2 exhalations to the side. Inhale, center, 2 exhalations to the side. Let's just wring out the spine a little bit. Look in the direction that you're going. Stay within your range of comfort. Don't force anything. Just a gentle awakening of the spine. Inhale, center. Exhale as you blossom out. Release your hands to your lap. And feel yourself once again supported by the chair. Eyes drawing inward. Ears drawing inward. Tongue is slack in the floor of the mouth. And we're feeling completely supported by that which is beneath us and that which is behind us. Shoulders on the back plane of the body, because maybe, just maybe by design, we're meant to lead with the heart. So in yoga, we have this thing called the plumb line, right? Ears over shoulders over hips, cheekbones over collarbones. And when that's so, what's out in front is no longer the frontal lobe, it's the heart. So we bring our awareness to that place once again, the center of the chest, the source of life, the rhythms that sustain us. And drop back in to the rhythmic flow of your breath, and perhaps the beating of your heart, coming home to you at the altar of your well-being. And then we'll finish with a last little lullaby for the nervous system. Perhaps tapping into that cerebral spinal fluid that nurtures and bathes all the nerves and nerve endings. The cerebral spinal fluid that flows from the cranium to the sacrum, from your skull to your sitting bones. Something like that. So find your sitting bones on the floor, on the chair or the floor beneath you. And just feel yourselves relatively evenly rooted right to left. And feel your spine growing tall up out of that. The eyes are soft. The tongue is slack. The spine is organically claiming its length. We sit tall in the splendor of the integrity of our character. And then we just gently begin to feel a little bit of pelvic rocking from right sitting bone to left sitting bone. This is very subtle. No one will see you doing it. So just gently shifting from sitting bone to sitting bone, as if your pelvis were on a boat. This is very subtle. You might just feel it in your feet as you post off side to side, through the feet and the sitting bones, whichever your body chooses to source the movement. And let this rocking be very gentle, as if you were rocking a baby. And then once you've got that gentle rocking side to side, very slow and subtle, next time you rock to the left sitting bone, you gently lift the left ear and back to center, rocking to the right sitting bone, gently lift the right ear. And slowly through center, feeling your way through center with as much importance as each side. So don't breeze through the center. Just let it be as much a part of the experience as side to side. And just explore this for a minute. Gentle rocking. Relaxed in the shoulders. Let this be as slow as it can and enjoyable. The body is relatively steady. Just the sitting bones and the skull ever so slightly rocking. And for those of you who were with me last time I was here, we go back to that image of the seaweed dance. So you're a big strand of kelp in the floor of the sea, just gently being lullabied by the tide. And then next time you pass through center, allow yourself to pause there. Your boat steadies. And you drop into stillness and silence for a moment. And notice how it feels to be you now. And once again, we bring awareness to the spiritual heart in the center of our chest. We notice whatever buoyancy may be there. We allow it to float, to rise. And the two palms press there. And perhaps the head bows. We take a bow to the heart within us, to the breath, and to whatever that unseen force is that keeps it all coming and going. To our very highest selves, to each other, and to this mighty fine world, we bow. Namaste. And I thank you so much for the generosity of your time and your attention. Peace be with you all. If you have any questions, I'm here with you. I'm here for you. And again, Meghan Burke, I can be reached at the Healing Arts Center or Sangha Yoga Studio or Remedy Herb Shop.